guys, it's Emily Murphy. Welcome to Fireplace, where we bring the holy fire from the Ignite team into your very home. And let's talk about Mary. This week, you may have noticed that the bishops of England have rededicated the entire country as the Dowry of Mary, something that's been called Behold 2020 if you've seen it around social media. And what it means to dedicate something to Mary is basically asking for her special blessings and prayers and protection for that thing, place, or person. Now, this is a rededication because actually, I decayed the year 1 minute. 1381. Okay. Now, this is a rededication to Mary because actually in 1381, the country had been dedicated to Mary, but basically, everybody's forgotten about it by this point, especially the whole Reformation thing, is that sort of thing. So we're rededicating, we are asking for Mary's special blessing and protection upon England once again. And because this is for an entire country, the bishops have asked that each one of us personally rededicate ourselves to Mary, and then therefore, as a whole collective nation, we will be under Mary's special protection and care. So in order to do that, I have been going through this 33 days to morning glory preparation for Marian consecration. Yes, it was written by an American. For those of you that get the double entendre, I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of my fellow countrymen. So I was a bit of a skeptic on this whole consecration thing. I was kind of all right with Mary. Mary, yeah, she's cool. She's a spiritual mother. I kind of get it. But why should I be giving up my whole self to her, especially not even to God? I'm not a person who gives things up. Trust me. When I first realized that giving up things in Lent was a thing when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I would always give up jam in my sandwiches. Still had peanut butter in my sandwiches, but no jam, because that was easy, right? I don't give things up. So to give up my whole life, to give up all that control just seemed like such a radical idea I definitely didn't want to do. But going through these reflections that Father Michael Gately has written out, actually challenged that on several different levels. One of the things I never understood about Marian consecration is this idea that she brings you to Jesus or directs you to her son. I had never experienced that. I didn't know what that meant. But one of the things that struck me as I was doing the preparation was a vision that Mother Teresa had. And she pictured herself as a little girl standing in front of the crucifix. And she imagined Our Lady behind her with sort of her hands on her shoulders. And I just really liked that image of sort of Mary was supporting her, not getting in the way, but just sort of directing her at Jesus. So I tried to use that image in my prayer life. I'm okay, I don't really understand this whole directing me to Jesus thing. So whenever my mind started to go off in prayer, because if you're like me, it's sort of you're in adoration. But I wonder what I should eat for lunch because let's see, the salami's probably going to go bad. No, I just opened that. The lettuce is going to go bad, but the soup's going to go bad because that's been there a week and it's but I don't know, I don't really want soup and I'm supposed to be praying. And it's at this point that I went, Mary, direct me to Jesus. And you could almost feel those gentle hands just sort of turning yap and face this way. And so then I realized the benefit of that support. True enough, I don't need it. I can bring myself to Jesus, but heck, it's a lot easier if somebody pushes my cheek that way. I can, cry and get over things on my own because I'm a strong, independent woman, but it's a lot nicer when someone hugs me. So, okay, much as I think I have all the power, I have all the control, and I don't want to entrust myself to Mary, maybe I can let that bit go. And the final piece of the puzzle when I was doing this preparation for Marian consecration was when it mentioned that Mary takes responsibility for everything that befalls me. And this was sort of my last holdout because I was I don't understand how Mary can be in control of my life. I don't want Mary to be in control of my life. First of all, God should be in control of my life. I want to be in control of my life, but God should be in control of my life, not Mary. So why should I give up that control? How is she even responsible for me? That doesn't make sense. But then I realized something that had actually been mentioned much earlier. Mary is actually married to the Holy Spirit. When they say, the power of the Holy Spirit overshadowed Mary and she conceived. Yeah, that's sort of a marriage motif going on, isn't it? think about when human couples get married, they start to take on responsibilities of the other. So, for example, when my grandfather remarried, the woman that he married then took on his responsibility of being a grandparent to me, and she became my grandmother. So actually, Mary choosing to join herself to the Holy Spirit, be it done unto me according to your word, she chose. That means she actually chose to take on the responsibilities of God. And who does he look out for? He looks out for all of us. So she became a spiritual mother to all of us. Not because she had to, but because she wants to. She wants to look out for me. She does have my best interests at heart. And that's when I realized that I gotta let it all go. I gotta trust her. And that whatever happens to me is coming from her and from somebody who's looking out for me and is responsible for me. And that feeling was really freeing. Not happy. Trust me, stuff going on right now, it's not great. It's, where my entire life has been canceled, basically. I've had several big hopes for the future, and they've been crushed. But I trust. I'm letting go. That it's coming from her. So especially at this time while this country is being rededicated to Mary, I highly recommend that you also dedicate yourself to her. Say an extra Hail Mary, trust her more, just pray to her more. You might be surprised what she ignites in your hearts.